A few days ago, I showed you an order for 150 boxes that left us around $1,350 before labor, shipping, and taxes. A lot of you assumed that was a lucky one-off. So here's the second one. Different box, different industry, this time a beekeeping business, 80 units. They cost about $2 each to make, they're small and fast to produce, and this order leaves us around $560 after direct production cost. The product changed, the customer changed. The only thing that stayed the same is how I found them. For these boxes, we're using 3mm MDF. For this type of product, 3mm has worked really well for us. It's strong enough for a small packaging box, easy to cut, easy to assemble, and keeps the material cost low. And once again, I'm giving you the complete file for free. You can download it through the link in the video description. Because these boxes are relatively small, production is pretty straightforward. The laser cuts all the individual pieces, and as you can see, everything goes smoothly. And of course, we're getting the clean edges we always aim for. No dirty residue all around the cut, and no unnecessary cleanup afterward. If dirty edges, soot, or burn marks are something you struggle with, I have a short laser clean cut system mini course where I show exactly what I do. You'll find the link in the video description. Once the cutting is finished, I remove all the pieces and quickly inspect everything. I'm checking the details, making sure every part cut correctly, and then we're ready for assembly. Because of the way this box is designed, putting it together is really easy. I start by connecting the side pieces. Once the walls are together, I fit the bottom piece into place. The joints already hold everything together pretty well, but if you want to be completely safe, you can add a small amount of super glue to the joints. And that's basically it. Here is the box directly after cutting and assembly. Personally, I actually really like it like this. If this were packaging for my own product, I'd seriously consider leaving the MDF natural. It has a simple wooden look, and there's basically no additional finishing work. But this isn't my product. The customer wanted gold, so gold it is. We painted the entire box with several light coats and then let everything dry completely. And here is the finished product. Small, simple, practical. And it has a removable lid, so it works really well as premium packaging for smaller products. In this case, the customer is a beekeeping business, but think about how many other businesses could use exactly the same type of packaging. You can take almost the same box, change the dimensions or the branding, and suddenly you have a completely different product for a completely different customer. And this brings us back to the strategy from the previous video. We contacted small businesses directly. We showed them packaging we could make for their products instead of waiting for random customers to discover us online. That strategy already gave us the previous order for 150 boxes. And now one of the other interested businesses has ordered another 80. At around $2 in direct production cost per box, once we calculate this order, we're left with roughly $560 before labor, shipping, taxes, and other business expenses. And that's exactly why I like this type of customer. You're not trying to sell one box to 80 different people. You find one business that needs 80 boxes. And if their products sell, they may need another 80, then another 80. That's where B2B becomes really interesting. If you haven't watched the previous video, I go much deeper into the exact strategy I use to find these businesses, how I approached them, and what I showed them. I'll put the link to that video in the description. Feel free to take the same strategy and adapt it to your own laser business. One more thing before we finish. I also want to say a big thank you to Roger Bauhaus from Germany, who bought us a coffee and left a really nice message about the ideas we've been sharing. We really appreciate the support, and it's great to know that you're getting value from this series. If you'd like to support the channel as well, you'll find the link in the description. And that's day 22 of 100 days, 100 laser products. Another business, another bulk order, and another example of why I think finding the right customer can be much more important than constantly trying to invent a new product. The file for this box is completely free through the link in the description. I'll see you tomorrow for day 23.